Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are back in the 1024 and a half. The Tweety, the big green, as we call it here, on a good old generic railroad. Whoa. Throw some coal in there so we don't run out. On our way back down the hill today, looking to run some more raw iron. So we will head on down the rail. And by one of the 280 cook consolidations. Coming down from some coal work there that Let's been doing. Keeping the ironworks topped off with coal. Alright. Start picking up the speed a little bit as we will head on out of the station, or through the station in this case. Go ahead and let it go ripping down the rail. Still kind of hit or miss with performance on the beta. Some weird things. I know, like the Mason bogey is basically flipping over like almost every time you get in it when it's been sitting, so that obviously on the weird side. We would think that that's not really supposed to be a thing. So a few more things obviously that need to be worked out. I would hope that they get those worked out before they look to send this over to the main. Oh, we ran out of power anyway. It does get awfully dark. There we go. Let's check that out. 3 pounds of boiler pressure will at least bring back up the well, at least bring back up the light. So that is good to see. And creeping down the rail. Do definitely need to pick up like a back a train something or other, so whether we put a way car or a caboose on here just to actually know that the back end of the train is still back there at night. Now it gives you another reason to have way cars or cabooses, so that's kind of cool. Well thought suggestion from a viewer, but it definitely would make sense to turn around and start putting those on the rears of the trains. As I said, would make it a lot easier to see what's going on back there as we go by. In today's case, we're just going to kind of make sure that it all stays back there. Really, things have been kind of just hit or miss. Sometimes you get some weird look and some weird lighting going on. I had turned around and picked up a Class 70, and everything just kind of went bonkers. It had square-shaped smoke coming out of the smokestack, and the grass all of a sudden looked all weird and everything else. So I just didn't keep the Class 70, and that put everything back to what it was. But picking up a Class 70 definitely turned around and caused a lot of problems. performance-wise, look-wise. Didn't matter what the weather was or anything else that we changed after that. The game just totally went, it kind of fell on its face as far as I'm concerned. So not sure what the Class 70 has to do with things, but like I said, it was shooting out black smoke. It looked like the coal blocks coming up and then puffing out. So it was just black squares that then fluffed out into smoke and dissipated, and then the grass all went funky looking, completely colory, rainbowy, and all sorts of stuff. And again, that was with the Class 70. So something really weird there, obviously. One would hope that, you know, it doesn't matter what locos we're running, obviously, but something had to be there, because as soon as it picked up that locomotive, it all went wonky. I didn't even finish putting the train together because I was just like, the game looks like trash. Couldn't, no matter what it did, couldn't get rid of it, couldn't change it. So, yeah, it just turned around and had to not save it and run with a different locomotive. I was trying to pick up a Class 70 to grab some a bunch of Tier 2 cars for basically being another loco like this, but a little longer. This one's kind of designed to go over the mountain up to the coal mine with the rails. And so the idea was going to be to pick up another one of these, maybe that we could have at least 8 or 10 cars and use it out here on the flats more often for things like this. But you know, the Class 70 was going to be the loco of choice. And it just didn't work. So, back to running the 1024 for now. Going to turn around and based on that, going to start looking into some of the other old locomotives and see how well they're running with the update. Maybe it's just an older locomotive thing, or not totally sure, but we'll be doing more of that coming up. So just to kind of see how things go. Shopping the tire. Overcast skies today, for anybody that's wondering. That's what this is. This is set to overcast. We will be running through probably a day or night cycle. Obviously a little bit of both. Started out night, running day now. But day-night cycle through the overcast is what today's video is. Just kind of taking a look at different weather conditions is kind of the idea, and what they look like at different times of the day. So, for anybody wondering, that is kind of what we've been targeting as of late. See, at least the pixels are gone on those water towers. Haven't had any more of the rainbow railroad. That has all looked decent. Even when everything went buggy today, that didn't come back. The grass and the flowers kind of all went pixelated. The grass just looked like weird, colorful weeds. Just really weird. There is a mason, no, that's a ruby basin there, actually, parked with the cordwood. Waiting for a little bit of burn down on these stacks, and then we can back that one up and get it delivered. This part here, definitely a little weird. See, as you can tell, the smokestack phases through the sheds. So sheds, yes. Fit locos, no. That's just kind of the way that works. Which is kind of weird, obviously. The cranes, yes, definitely know that they phase through, but that's like a on my own decision thing there. Height-wise, you would think with this groundwork that the trains would all fit underneath it. So there's definitely a little bit of a problem there, right? Because it's not like this groundwork is particularly high or anything as it runs through here. You would think that the locos would fit, quite frankly, but they obviously all do not. It's one of the new water towers. Do have to say I'm actually a fan of those. Looks decent. I mean, it's a little boxy. Not like my super fave, but, you know, it's nice to always have options. I guess is kind of the way that I see it. So regardless whether I really use them or not, that's a whole different animal. That's for sure. I do not tend to go through a heck of a lot of water, and sure don't have to fill the trains very often, but so there we go. Whatever, we kind of did go through a full day-night cycle with the overcast there. We still have 2 cars to load up. We're going to have to back this one up just a touch because we are actually on the wrong rail. So we will do that, get these loaded and get them delivered, get that run going. But just wanted to show the overcast weather setting through day-night cycle, and there you go. So with that, I guess we're gonna call it a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.